Oh, this is going to be bad.
Here comes the Scuds.
Oh, these would be Scuds? Okay.
Scuds, yeah.
Little interesting that the Syrian Air Force doesn't seem to have anything up right now.
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Let's remember that.
Yeah. And this one, it's not just Syria and Egypt either. Look towards the east.
Alright, so strikes have actually been launched. We are taking out, or at least damaging, a couple of SAM sites over here. And let's go and look to the east. Oh, we actually have the Iraqi H3 airbase.
Mm.
We can ignore that though. That's way far away, right?
Ha, ha, ha,
That's
ha.
not a that can't possibly be a threat to us. All right. Looks like we are getting some launches from the Syrians. We're just going to go ahead and assume that these guys are already hostile. I would just like to point out that this same assumption of mine is how I ended up having Israel go to war with the Soviets in downtown in Damascus last week.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah, I shot down 3 or 4 of the Russian advisors.
They do fly around. That must be in the MiG-25s, I think it was.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I swear every missile in the Cold War database hates me. Like, none of my missiles ever hit. Ever!
Well, that was the technology then. There's old technology, but the Russians had big missiles.
No, Java, I have the sound in the game turned off tonight just so we don't keep hearing the loud warning sound. Looks like my A4s are holding their own so far, at least. By the way, if you guys have questions for Sirius here, please feel free to post them in the chat. So, Sirius, if there was one scenario that you would like to see made in command, what would that scenario be?
In command, I would say Battle of Midway.
Battle of Midway, really?
Yeah.
And why the Battle of Midway?
A pivotal battle in World War II, I believe, in the Pacific. I think it's where a
Think your sound just died.
did it?
Yeah, I don't think you kind of cut off there.
You got me?
Got you now.
Yeah. Yeah, Battle of Midway, pivotal battle in World War II for the Americans, where they were going against a far superior force, which is pretty impressive what they did. But you never know; it may come along in the near future.
I've
So,
believe there's been some hints at a DB going back that far.
yep, there is hints of one. Some of the beta testers know anyway. But yeah,
I
there
cannot
is
confirm nor deny that.
correct. There is something in development. Well, let's say you can cover the Pacific conflict from 41 to 45 at the present time with it. So,
Is there a potential chance we will ever see a World War One database?
ooh, that'll be up to the coders. It's things like working out the plunging fire, armor, smoke screens, all that type of stuff, communications. But nothing is impossible. Let's say that. Nothing's impossible.
I would say that would be my my personal preference. Is I would like to recreate the Battle of Jutland inside of Command.
Ah, that'll be good.
Well, my missiles continue to hate me up there in the north, and here in the south. Looks like all these guys are not quite Bingo Field. I'm not sure why they're returning to base, so.
Oh, you got a message there.
I have not got the activation message yet. I launched
Oh,
my
that's yeah.
yeah, I launched my SCAD aircraft a little early.
Yeah. Another 9 minutes for activation, I think.
Moose Red would like to know in which service you served.
Royal Navy.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like you already beat me to it. Sorry. So, how hard do you find it to do hypothetical scenarios, just in general in command, not necessarily for, shifting stance and fleet?
As long as they're not too far out, it should be okay. Uh, I try and build some feasibility into it, real and a bit of reality as well. But for things like shifting standards is easy. Northern Inferno, the military trained for that for 30 odd years, so it was quite easy to do. What the tactics would be and things, that's quite easy to do. So it's when you start looking at the smaller countries in South America and places like that, is try and get justification for it and do things like that. Really. but nothing's impossible. Just takes a bit longer.
Well, my F4s over here seem to be holding their own a little bit.
Yep.
Just had a F4 go no com.
Right.
And looks like these guys are actually engaged defensive there. He's RTB for being shotgun. Do you, this is going to be kind of a weird question, but how often do you actually play Command? I mean, I know you're a dev, but do you play it often just for your own entertainment, or?
I actually don't play it.
Really?
I play during testing and beta testing and things like that. But once I've finished doing that, I'll play something else. So I think when you're doing the same thing all the time, you want a bit of a break. I do play the people's scenarios every now and again,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty good. But I don't sort of do it 9 till 5. Sort of play games as well. So
What else? What else do you play?
I've been playing the Battlestar Galactica. That's been pretty good. A lot of Spec Ops 2s and that. Doing those.
I actually haven't picked up the new Battlestar game yet.
It's okay. It's not my kind of game, but I play it anyway. It's
That must be saying a lot about it then.
well, I play it. I bought it, played it, and some games you like, some games you don't. I'll play it, but it doesn't sort of rock my boat, really. So, slagging down Battlestar Galactica there. It's a good series, though.
I really like the TV show, or at least the
Yeah,
remastered of the TV show.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Although it did kind of jump the shark there at the end.
Yeah.
Once we had Jesus Baltar, I kind of tuned out pretty quick.
Yeah, it started to drop off the plot then. It was
Basically when they left the planet at the end of what, season 3, season 4, or something like that.
yeah.
I think is, at least in my opinion, when it kind of really jumped over.
Yeah. Just started to go.
All right, looks like we're about a minute away now from getting our authorization orders.
Yep. Got a lot of Syrians coming through the Golan Line Heights there.
Yeah, I noticed. My F4s seem to have lost the battle to stem the Syrian tide here.
Yeah. Well, you got your Hawks firing a few, I think.
Yeah, I think
Hawk batteries.
my Hawk batteries do seem to be firing a little bit. This group of F4s is just... Alright, so looks like we got our message. Alright, flash, flash, flash. Go ahead and make that bigger. So the temple has fallen, target allocation 119 squadron, Car City, Damascus. Alright, so I think if I'm reading this correctly, the Jericho batteries will pretty much take out the air bases, so we really just have to strike Cairo City and Damascus City.
Yep.
So we've got to go pretty much after the two capitals. I'm actually wondering if it would be best just to wait till the missiles launch and then follow in on the missile tails rather than go charging in now.
Yep.
So I'm wondering, the key thing is I can't see the my allied side's missions. So guessing how long it's going to take to ready those missiles. I'm assuming they're going to go off pretty quick, so we might.
They should do.
We'll just launch. Pretty much just get everything else left. We'll get our normal strike aircraft up first. All right, so we have 8 aircraft armed with nuclear weapons. So we're going to launch 4 at each target. And what do we have for escorts here?
All right, your Jericho missile should start spitting out from minute 51 onwards.
All right, so what I'm just launching everything else I've got here, though. I probably shouldn't have launched those F4s earlier, but would rather have them been destroyed in the air than caught on the ground.
Yep.
The Super Mystere B2. What is this? The Dassault Super Mystere? Mystere? Not sure how you pronounce
Yep.
it.
Super Mystere.
Kind of looks like a what is it? The F100?
F-86.
F86?
Looks like an F-86 F-100 looks like, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, kind of looks like the Super Saber
Yeah.
more than the original F86.
Yeah, they got refurbished in the early 70s, and they had the A4 engine put in the back end. The J79, I think it was, the engine.
Really?
Yep. Give it more thrust and a bit more power.
Yeah, I know. Actually, the scenario I have to say that I'm personally looking forward to playing that I haven't actually had a chance to play yet is actually Buckhaw Valley. Um,
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to playing that one.
That's tense. If you like shooting MiGs, there's lots of MiGs. Lots of SAM sites.
And here come the Egyptian Air Force. Yeah, I have to say you actually kind of beat me to the punch on that one. I had in my long list of uncompleted scenarios, I actually
Yep.
have I had actually, I don't want to say planned, I had roughly penciled in of, hey, this would be a really cool scenario, and I bookmarked the wiki article, but that's about as far as I ever got on it. It seems my list of scenarios to actually make is ever growing rather ever diminishing.
Right.
All right, so the Jerichos have fired.
Yep.
We've got a massive strike incoming from the Egyptians. The Syrians are kind of hanging out over our air base here in the north. Another wave of Scuds is coming in, so those are probably going to catch a couple of our, assuming they're going for our air bases, which some look like they're on the path towards.
Yep.
We may lose a couple aircraft on the ground depending on how the damage rolls go.
Yep.
Yeah, one thing I actually did notice in shifting sands, a lot of the scenarios seem to actually be, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. I've noticed in a lot of scenarios, a lot of people just leave it as the default 24 and don't ever really change that.
Yeah, yeah. I always change it to how feasibly it's going to last. The scenario really. So, well, air combat doesn't last that long anyway.
Actually starting to run a little slow here, so I'm going to just kind of zoom out and looks like our Jerichos in the north are going to hit first.
Yep.
Just out of idle curiosity, did Belugan influence this scenario at all?
Nope.
Given his new Cappy.
No, he didn't. It was actually one of mine. I had a bit of prompting from Demetrius. He likes nukes, and so do I. That's why Northern Inferno had quite a few nukes in there.
Just a little.
Just a little. Well, it was the Cold War, mid-70s, nuclear depth charges, nuclear SAMs. Everything was nuclear.
All right, so there goes the nukes in the north. Dave, I actually believe Belugan, at least the last I heard, is still is working for Warfaresims now.
Yep. There he is.
Although I have my doubts whether he's actually still alive, considering that Dimitri hasn't let him out of the cage in a while.
Well, we do throw things to him every now and again to keep him happy. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he is working. But yeah, he has been quiet. Yeah, he's been working on some new stuff.
Yeah, I think I saw a post. I could be wrong on this that he did at least part of the coding on the cargo in
Yeah,
Chains of War.
yeah, he did quite a bit of the cargo coding.
Don't envy him on that one bit.
Oh, it's a nightmare, but it's it brings a new thing to the table. You can actually do proper amphibious operations now, power drops, all sorts.
All right, so strike aircraft are going in. We should probably divert some of these guys to the north here. Starting to run just a little slow. Big Valley, what would that be? Is that Korea?
That's Korean War, yeah. If you go to the Go Navy site, it's got a list of all the carrier air groups from the year dot to present day, and it'll give you the carrier air group of, let's say, the Valley Forge in 1952. That's complete carrier air group. Let's dig it out now.
Actually, I was just digging up the link there for it. Yeah, I know I use pretty much Go Navy all the time. That is probably one of the best databases I've seen.
Yeah, which is a pretty accurate. Well, it is accurate for the air groups.
I would actually really like one, or at least I haven't been able to find the equivalent of that for the Royal Navy.
There isn't one really. Got maybe a few sites somewhere I can dig it out on.
So these are all right. So well, these are our nuke armed aircraft. So we have to go after Damascus City. so this group of F4s is going to. Alright, don't normally like to pause, but I'm going to pause right now. Looking for my last group of. I think I missed something somewhere. Sidewinders. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and order our air-to-air aircraft here to engage. Looks like the Syrians are now, looks like they're returning back to base. Or they're just circling. We'll see here in a moment. There's my other group of. Actually, we have to strike Cairo City. So what's the. Where is Cairo City here? So Cairo City. Alright, so Cairo's way down there. That's a lot of SAMs to run through.
Yep.
That's a whole hell of a lot of SAMs to run through. So what we're going to do, we're going to go try to blow a hole here. We're going to have that group just head straight. Alright. Alright, so we're going to send our strike aircraft. Probably don't want to go out to sea. They probably want to come this way. The problem is that at least in my experience, the F4 is a kind of a great aircraft for the air. They just don't have a whole lot of fuel.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Their strike range, so I really can't have them hold. They're just gonna have to go punch through and.
I'll just tell them not to RTB.
Or I know, and tell them not to RTB. That's
RTB, not to RTB. You have your fuel then.
Yep.
Then they can bail out over the sea. Get away from the radiation cloud.
So automatic evasion is no. Fuel state return to base. No, this unit does not return to base when its fuel state is reached. Automatic evasion goes to no. Fuel state return to base is. Alright. looks like we're gonna have a little bit, may have a little bit easier of a time of reaching the Syrians rather over the Egyptians. The Egyptians have a nice SAM net going here. Tor, I don't believe there's a defense against Scuds in this.
Well, I haven't seen any Hawks hit any. Let's say that.
I didn't think the Hawk could hit a ballista.
I don't think it can. I don't think it can. But saying that, if you know its trajectory, you probably a bearing only launch and hope for the best for a proximity hit, but doubtful.
Yeah, it says missiles and guided bombs, but but it's only got a max range of 18 nautical miles, so I would assume no.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a scenario you just have to take the hit from the Scuds.
Yeah.
Apparently, I should have thought about this strike a little bit better. I've got aircraft still circling. So let's go ahead. I can't really run it any higher here, guys. I'm sorry. Just it kind of goes into kind of a lag fest when I try to run this faster while streaming. It's amazing just what a performance hit streaming can be.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're doing okay in the air battle over here. Alright, I think everybody now has an assignment, so... Twar VG would like to know if Operation Focus is included.
Focus, that was that 73, wasn't it? I think, I was going to Google, I think it is.
What's Operation Focus? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It was called a couple of names, Focus and I think Malk. I was going to check. I got confused. Yep, I've got it in there. That's 6-Day War, 1967, that's in there.
How many, between the, what was it, the 67 and 73, how many, was there that big of a difference between the two? As far as equipment used?
Yep, in the 67 war, the Israeli Air Force was predominantly French, with Mirages, Otarangs, Mysteers and other bits and pieces. And 73, the Americans supplied them with A4s, Phantoms. There's still Mirages around and Mysteers, but there's quite a leap in technology for the Israelis over that 6-year span. Yeah, Operation Focus is in there. It's called Hit Hard, Hit Fast.
If I
which is
recall,
pretty good.
wasn't the '73 war that was one of the influences of the U.S. developing stealth?
Yeah, that was the one that was bore out during the oh god, it was Operation Cricket, which is basically the Israelis try to take down the SAM sites in the Golan Heights, but the Israelis got slaughtered basically. So that's when the Americans started developing stealth for the aircraft.
No, this ain't good. I've got my Phantoms with nukes too far out. Yeah, I really kind of screwed this one up. All right, we've been a while since we've been looking up here in the north. How are things going up here? Not too good, actually. Get these guys down to low. All right, so we're gonna go to drop down and just go to full speed on my F4s heading for Damascus. They're dropping down to about 1,000 feet. I should double check to make sure that my bombs can actually launch at that altitude. Nope, they need to be at 2,000, so good thing I checked that. So they're going to go down to 2,000 feet, and they are at full military power. Actually, probably a little early. Let's just go to cruise. Now, how does the there is a campaign included in Shifting Sands, right? The scenarios are linked.
They are linked in date chronological order, and you've got to have the required amount of victory points to proceed to the next scenario. But they are done in date order when the battles took place.
All right, here
So
comes in. Looks like we got another wave of Scuds coming in. And here come the Iraqis. Remember that air base I said we didn't have to worry about?
yeah.
Well, they're not going to arrive either way in time to save Damascus. Well, I know it's late for you, so if you have to bow out any time here, please feel free to do so. I don't want to keep you up any later than we have to.
You know, problem. Give another 5 minutes. I'll hit the sackman. I'm actually in my bedroom at the moment with 4 dogs on the bed. The wife's at work at the hospital. My daughter's at a friend's. I've got 4 small Yorkie Chihuahua rat things, and I've got no bed to sleep on at the moment.
Chihuahua rat things.
Yeah, Yorkie Chihuahuas and Pomeranian things. They're all okay, runts or something. They're all mixed breeds.
All right, so our F4s are closing in on Damascus. They're closing in on the launch. All right, all right, bombs away.
Goodbye, Assad, or his dad.
And goodbye to our 2 F4s, which look like they got caught in that blast.
Well, I should be able to.
They actually they survived. We're gonna go ahead and order these guys back to base. 2 of them look like they were either caught in the explosion or they were shot down. So, well, now with that out of the way, I guess we can turn our attention just down here to the south. So what do we got? All right, so strikes are coming in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my F4s kind of an ingress path here.
Yeah, just to let you know, for your victory conditions, you've got to take out Damascus and Cairo.
Yep, working on.
Which should be easy.
Actually, Damascus actually, just seems like it's a little easier to hit.
Yeah, the air defences there weren't as good as the Egyptian wall of death on the Suez Canal. The best way to get through them SAM sites on the Suez Canal side is basically put a flying wedge in front of your F4 nuke bombers of basically seed aircraft and just blow a hole in the corridor straight through.
That's essentially what I'm attempting to do here.
Well, I'll get going now. Kushan, have a good day, guys.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Thanks for coming.
No problem.
Appreciate
Not a
you
problem. Have a good
staying
day.
up to watch.
No problem. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tor, I know Paul just signed off. I know that that's been suggested, or not suggested, but that's been a community feedback item for kind of a while. I know, at least from what I think I've seen on the forums, that the devs are going to kind of look into it, but I think like I haven't tested this out, but I think with some of the new Lua functionalities, in theory, I think you could do it. Um, but I'm honestly not sure. I know I personally would like to see dynamic missions, but it would be from the scenario design perspective, I think it'd be really difficult to do. All right, so it looks like we've got a nice little flying wedge here in front of our aircraft. So we're gonna go ahead. All right, so I'm gonna leave this running here. I'm gonna go and refill my tea real quick, and hopefully be back before I miss anything. All right, I am back. All right, so Flying Wedge looks like it's doing its job. Need to make those SAM sites go away. Sidewinder, Sidewinder. Toward the hardest part about that would be actually would be kind of like you'd have to have some sort of, I guess, import, not really import script, but just some sort of script that did that. Obviously, I'm simplifying it. I'm not a programmer, so how simple it would be is I don't know, but I'd imagine that's what you'd have to do. You'd have to keep track of every unit that was lost in a scenario that's being reused down the line. All right, so crap, we got fighters incoming on our strike aircraft. Ooh, no. Oh, crap. Unassign. No, turn around. Go kill them. Go kill them. Lose these 4 aircraft. We don't really stand a chance here. Or we're gonna lose if we lose these 2 aircraft, we're gonna lose the scenario. I guess these 4, I mean. Missile inbound. Alright, we lost 1. Come on, guys. Get him. Get him. Alright, it looks like they're breaking off. Alright, let's see if we can go blow a hole in their air defenses now. Alright, so our fighters should start going down. Should start descending here shortly. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just start their descent now. What do you mean you're returning to base? You don't return to base. I don't care if you're out of ammo. Everybody attacks. Nobody retreats. Alright, I guess you're out of weapons completely, so. Alright, so our nukes, They're coming in low already. They're 4 minutes to bingo. They've got 30 minutes of flying time left. We're gonna go ahead and punch them up to military power. And no, maybe not. That's gonna burn too much fuel. So let's just put them on cruise. So they're at about 30 minutes of total flying time. They are not going to return to base if they run out of fuel. All right. What do we still have left over here? Um, I don't know which. This is the Samson option. I don't actually play in campaign mode. I just play standalone. No, I usually just. I mean, sometimes I do. I did with Northern Inferno. I played them in order. I had started to kind of play them in order in Chains of War as well, although I kind of burnt out on that one. Um, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do for Shifting Sands. I've already played two of them, and they've been kind of out of order. Generally, what I just kind of do is I kind of just keep a tally of the scenarios of how much I win, how many I lose, and I kind of determine if I win or not. I think the hardest scenario that I found in Northern Inferno was actually the one with the UK boomer. All right, we gotta hope that these Sams miss. All right, still four F4s or three F4s. I'm sorry. Really, the threat is that SA2 over there. Hiroshima, what sub scenario was that? I know there was a couple. I think there's a little bit of everything kind of backing up. There's SA2s, SA3s, a lot of SA3s, SA2, SA2, 3B, 2F. This is actually kind of a bad way to do it because I don't know what all they have. They probably have a little mix of everything. Fourth or fifth in. Was that the one where you controlled the two or three NATO submarines? Yeah, I pretty much lost that one in about the first 10 minutes. I don't think I've ever actually beaten that scenario even since. All right, so far none of their SAMs have actually hit our aircraft. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what happened to me. Was one of my subs pretty much got killed instantly, and then the second one didn't survive it for very much longer after that. Another SA2 coming in. And miss. Awesome. There's speed restriction on this. Not that I'm seeing. Launch speed, no, there is no launch speed, so we can't, we're gonna, so I've ordered my F4s to go to burner now. Yeah, launch speed is blank, so I think that means that there is no minimum or maximum launch speed. All right, we lost one of our, so we're down to two F4s now. Looks like one of their missiles did get lucky. Um, there used to be a multiplayer when Belugan had was still streaming and still around. He had a an add-on, or not really an add-on, just a program he made that lets you play multiplayer, but the game doesn't currently have multiplayer built in. I know that they're work well, I don't want to say they're working on it, but it is something that they have expressed interest in adding. So we'll see. All right, should be getting a launch shortly. I think I think a lot of people they see the database in command and that's really where they start to they see the database and they automatically think they have to know the capabilities of every unit in the game, and I don't really disagree with that. Or I really actually what I meant to say is I really disagree with that. I mean, I don't think you have to know that at all. All right, we lost our other F4. Let's get this guy to get out of there. Where's our bomb at? There we go. Triumph, 2,000 points. So what did we lose? We lost 19 A4s, a bunch of vehicles and radars. So we got A4H is 19, A4N Skyhawks we lost 10, F4Es we lost 16, 6 Super Mystery B.2s. The Egyptians lost quite a bit. Um, Syria lost a bit. So not too bad actually. Not awful. Pixel, the Damascus side of things was already kind of concluded. We destroyed Damascus, and then as soon as I did that, I pretty much just ignored what else happened up here, other than ordering a couple units to return to base. So I think with that, that's gonna bring it in for tonight's stream. Appreciate everybody who came out. I will be doing something sometime this weekend. It'll probably be Command. It may be something else, but I'll definitely be streaming at some point this weekend. Um, hoping to do command. I am planning to do a kind of a full playthrough of Shifting Sands, and I obviously will be streaming that. So hope you all stick around. You can follow me here on Twitch at Kushan Gaming, also Kushan Gaming on YouTube and Kushan Gaming on Twitter. And with that, have a good night.